My friends, I come before you today with a message that must be heard, a message that burns within my soul like a fire shut up in my bones. A message that cries out to you in the stillness of your restless nights when the weight of the world presses upon your weary heart. It is a message of urgency, of purpose, and of truth. Too many people are wandering through life with their eyes fixed on everything but themselves. They are looking to the left and to the right, watching others, measuring their own worth by the standards of this world. They are caught up in distractions, in fruitless pursuits, in the noise of entertainment, in the empty applause of men. And they wake up one day realizing that time has slipped through their fingers like sand, that they have wasted years chasing after things that do not satisfy, that do not build, that do not bring them closer to the person they were meant to be. I tell you, my friends, if you do not focus on yourself, if you do not take responsibility for your own life, no one else will do it for you. You can blame your circumstances, you can point to your past, you can make excuses, but at the end of the day, your life is in your hands. Every moment you spend consumed by what others think, every hour wasted in mindless distractions, every day spent waiting for things to change instead of making them change, is time you will never get back. Time, my friends, is the most precious gift we have. You can lose money and make it again. You can lose possessions and replace them, but time once gone is gone forever. You cannot buy back a single second of wasted time. You cannot turn back the clock and undo the years spent chasing vanity. And I tell you, the world is filled with people who on their deathbeds wish they had lived differently, who wish they had not been so afraid, so distracted, so entangled in the affairs of others, but had instead focused on what truly mattered. There are some of you listening right now who are wasting your days scrolling through the lives of others, watching them succeed, watching them grow, and feeling envy in your heart. There are some of you who are living in the past, chained to old regrets, to old mistakes, to what could have been, instead of what could be. There are some of you who are obsessed with pleasing people, afraid of what others will say, molding yourself into a version of you that is acceptable to the world, but foreign to your soul. And I ask you, when will you wake up? When will you see that your life is too valuable, your time too fleeting to be wasted like this? There is a calling upon your life. There is a destiny within you. But you cannot walk into that destiny if you are constantly distracted. You cannot build yourself up if your eyes are always on what others are doing. You cannot grow if you are feeding yourself with things that do not nourish your soul. You must focus on yourself. You must discipline yourself. You must take control of your own mind, your own time, your own energy. Some of you have dreams buried deep inside of you, dreams that were planted there for a reason. But you have allowed fear, laziness, and doubt to keep you from pursuing them. Some of you have skills and talents that are wasting away because you refuse to invest in them, because you are waiting for the perfect time, for the perfect opportunity. But I tell you, the perfect time will never come. If you do not move now, if you do not act now, you will wake up one day filled with regret. Others among you are consumed with distractions, entertainment, gossip, drama, meaningless arguments. You are filling your mind with things that do not serve you, with things that weaken you instead of strengthening you. You are allowing the opinions of people who do not matter to shape your thoughts, to dictate your actions. And I tell you, if you do not guard your mind, if you do not focus your energy on things that build you up, you will never become the person you were created to be. It is time to wake up. It is time to shake off the chains of procrastination, the chains of fear, the chains of distraction. It is time to take responsibility for your own life. No one else is going to do it for you. No one else is going to care about your growth as much as you should. No one else is going to walk your journey for you. This is your life. This is your time, and it is running out. What are you waiting for? Why do you keep delaying? Why do you keep making excuses? Why do you keep living as if you have all the time in the world? The days are passing. The years are passing. And with every moment that slips away, you are either building yourself up or you are letting yourself fall. You are either getting closer to the person you were meant to be, or you are drifting further away. I tell you the truth, no one who has ever accomplished anything great in this world did so by wasting time. No one who has ever fulfilled a purpose did so by living in distractions. Every person who has ever risen above the crowd, who has ever achieved something meaningful, who has ever made a difference, did so because they chose to focus. They chose to discipline themselves. They chose to say no to the things that did not serve them, and yes to the things that would build them up. And that is the choice before you today. Will you continue wasting your time? Will you continue living in distractions and procrastination and excuses? Or will you rise up and take control of your life? Will you focus on yourself, on your growth, on your purpose? Will you choose to be the person you are meant to be? The decision is yours. The time is now. Wake up, focus, and stop wasting time. My friends, I speak to you not to entertain, not to soothe, but to stir your soul. To wake you up from the slumber of complacency, from the chains of distraction, from the fog of wasted time, because time is slipping away. Time is running like a river that never turns back, and if you do not take hold of it now, if you do not seize this moment, you will look back one day and wonder where it all went. Look around you. Look at the world we live in today. People are consumed with things that do not matter. They spend hours upon hours glued to screens, watching the lives of others while their own lives waste away. They follow trends that do not build them, chase after approval that will never satisfy, engage in meaningless conversations, feed their minds with things that poison them instead of nourish them. They are exhausted, drained, empty, and they wonder why. I'll tell you why. It is because they have not learned to focus. They have not learned to guard their time, to protect their energy, to set their minds on things that are worth pursuing. They are distracted by noise, by entertainment, by gossip, by the fleeting pleasures of this world that promise joy, but leave them emptier than before. They are looking everywhere but within. They are blaming everyone but themselves. And as the days pass, as the years pass, they become bitter, resentful, regretful, because deep down they know they have wasted what was given to them. Do not let this be you. Do not let your story be one of regret. Do not live your days drifting from one distraction to another, from one meaningless pursuit to the next. Do not fall into the trap of thinking that tomorrow will always be there, that you will always have more time. You do not know how many days are left for you. You do not know how much time you have been given. But you do know this: every second that passes is a second you will never get back. And so I ask you, what are you doing with the time you have? What are you doing with the gift that is your life? Are you building yourself? Are you growing? Are you becoming wiser, stronger, better? Or are you wasting away, distracted by things that do not serve you? Are you filling your mind with wisdom, or are you drowning it in foolishness? Are you sharpening your skills, or are you letting them rust away? Are you pushing yourself forward, or are you standing still, waiting for something to happen? Some of you have dreams inside of you, visions, desires, a deep sense that you are meant for something greater than the life you are living now. But instead of pursuing it, instead of taking action, you wait. You hesitate. You let fear hold you back. You tell yourself that you are not ready, that you are not good enough, that the time is not right. And I tell you, that is a lie. That is the deception that keeps people stuck, that keeps people small, that keeps people living lives of mediocrity instead of greatness. The time is now. The time to focus is now. The time to discipline yourself, to shape yourself, to push yourself is now. Not tomorrow, not next week, not next year. Now, because if you do not do it now, you never will. If you do not take control of your life today, you will keep pushing it off until it is too late. Some of you are held back not by fear, not by doubt, but by the weight of your past. You have made mistakes. You have failed. You have wasted years already. And you feel that it is too late for you, that you have lost too much time, that there is no use in trying anymore. But I tell you, that is another lie. Because as long as you are breathing, as long as there is life within you, there is still time to change. There is still time to grow. There is still time to become the person you are meant to be, but you must let go of the past. You must stop looking back. You must stop living in regret and start living with purpose. You cannot move forward if your eyes are always on what is behind you. You cannot build a future if you are still chained to your past. The only way to redeem lost time is to stop wasting the time you have now. And that means discipline. That means sacrifice. That means cutting off the things that drain you, the things that steal your time, the things that keep you weak. That means setting your priorities straight. That means waking up every day with a mission, with a goal, with a focus. That means choosing growth over comfort. Choosing purpose over pleasure. Choosing long-term success over short-term gratification. And I know it is not easy. I know it is hard. I know it takes strength. It takes perseverance. It takes determination. But what is the alternative? What is the price of not focusing? What is the cost of wasting time? It is a life that is unfulfilled, a life of regrets, a life where you wake up one day and realize that you could have done more, you could have been more, you could have lived more, but you didn't, and now it is too late. Do not let that be your story. Do not let that be the legacy you leave behind. Be the person who chose to focus. Be the person who chose to discipline themselves. Be the person who chose to stop wasting time, to stop waiting for the perfect moment, to stop being afraid, and started moving forward, because the world does not wait. Time does not wait. Life does not wait. You can either take control of your life, or you can let life control you. You can either rise up and become who you were meant to be, or you can drift through life wasting your days on things that do not matter. And so I ask you again, what will you do with the time you have left? Will you keep wasting it, or will you use it to build something great? Will you keep living in distraction, or will you focus on yourself? Will you keep making excuses, or will you take action? The choice is yours. But choose wisely, because time is running out. The clock is ticking. Each minute, each hour that slips by is one that you will never get back. That is a truth that many of us try to ignore, try to push out of our minds because it's uncomfortable. It's uncomfortable to face the reality that we are not guaranteed tomorrow. It's uncomfortable to think that maybe we are not using our time wisely. And so we distract ourselves. We waste time in ways that do not benefit us, in ways that lead us further from our goals, our dreams, our purpose. And as the days pass, the years pass, we are left with nothing but a collection of wasted moments and unrealized potential. I stand before you today, not to condemn you, but to urge you to see the urgency of the time you have. I stand before you today to remind you that you are not invincible, that your time is limited, that every moment you waste is a moment you will never retrieve. You are here now, but what will you do with this moment? Will you allow it to slip through your fingers, or will you seize it? Will you stand up and take action, or will you remain in the shadows, too afraid or too to step into the light of your full potential? You have dreams, you have goals. You have a purpose, a calling that is uniquely yours. But how many of you are truly focused on that purpose? How many of you are actively taking steps to make those dreams a reality? It is easy to talk about what we want, easy to dream about what could be, but it is much harder to put in the work, to make the sacrifices, to stay disciplined and focused when life gets tough. And yet, that is exactly what is required if you want to see anything come to fruition. You want to live a life that matters. You must focus on yourself, focus on your goals, focus on the work that will lead you to greatness. But focus doesn't come easily in a world full of distractions. Everywhere you turn, there is something trying to pull your attention away from what matters. The phone in your pocket, the television on your wall, the noise of the world outside your door, it's all fighting for your attention. And what do? You fall into it. You get lost in the constant barrage of distractions, in the endless cycle of checking social media, watching videos, responding to messages, filling your mind with things that have no bearing on your future. You get sucked into the whirlwind of other people's lives, other people's opinions, other people's problems, while your own dreams, your own desires sit idle, waiting for you to take action. And so you waste your time, you waste your potential, you waste your life. The sad truth is that most people will never realize their full potential because they never learn to focus. They never learn to prioritize what truly matters. Instead, they allow the distractions of this world to dictate their lives. They allow their time to be stolen by things that are fleeting, by things that are meaningless in the grand scheme of life. And at the end of the day, when they look back, they will find that they have nothing of lasting value to show for it. But it doesn't have to be that way for you. It doesn't have to be that way for any of us. We have the power to change our focus. We have the power to reclaim our time. We have the power to stop wasting our lives on things that don't matter and start investing in what does. But it requires intentionality. It requires action. It requires you to make a decision and stick to it, even when the world around you is pulling you in a million different directions. To focus on yourself means to take responsibility for your own life. It means recognizing that you are the one who holds the key to your success, your happiness, your fulfillment. It means acknowledging that no one else is going to do it for you. Your future is in your hands, and you are the only one who can shape it. If you want to achieve anything, if you want to make an impact, if you want to leave a legacy, you must take ownership of your time and your actions. You must stop letting other people's demands, other people's desires, and other people's distractions dictate the course of your life. But taking responsibility doesn't mean doing everything by yourself. It doesn't mean isolating yourself or abandoning relationships. It means taking control of your own decisions, your own priorities. It means learning to say no to the things that do not align with your values, with your goals, with your purpose. It means learning to say yes to the things that will move you forward, that will help you grow, that will bring you closer to the person you are meant to be. When you focus on yourself, you stop comparing yourself to others. You stop looking at other people's lives and wondering why they seem to have it all together while you are still struggling. You stop measuring your worth by the standards of the world, by the opinions of others, by the likes and comments on your social media posts. You stop wasting time on things that drain you and start investing your time in things that nourish you, in things that help you become the best version of yourself. It's easy to get caught up in the competition, to look at someone else's success and feel discouraged, to think that you will never measure up. But that is the lie the enemy wants you to believe. You are not in competition with anyone else. Your journey is your own. Your success is not defined by how you compare to others, but by how you are growing, how you are improving, how you are using your time and talents to fulfill your purpose. There will always be someone ahead of you, someone who seems to have it all figured out, but that is not your concern. Your concern is what you are doing with your own life. Your concern is how you are using the time you have been given. You cannot control what other people do, but you can control your own choices. You can control your own action. You can control the way you spend your time. And if you will focus on yourself, on your own growth, on your own journey, you will find that success, peace, and fulfillment will follow. Focusing on yourself means recognizing the areas of your life that need improvement and taking action to address them. It means looking at your weaknesses, your habits, your thought patterns, and deciding that you will not allow them to keep you stuck. It means confronting the lies you've been telling yourself, the excuses you've been making, the fears that have been holding you back. And it means making the conscious decision to break free from them, to step into the person you are meant to be. But it also means giving yourself grace. It means not expecting perfection from yourself, not beating yourself up when you fall short, not condemning yourself when you make a mistake. Focusing on yourself means recognizing that you are human, that you will stumble, that you will face setbacks. But it also means not allowing those setbacks to define you, not allowing them to keep you from moving forward. It means getting back up every time you fall, learning from your mistakes, and continuing to press on toward your goals. There is no shortcut to success. There is no easy way to become the person you were meant to be. It takes time, it takes effort, it takes discipline. But every minute you spend focusing on yourself, every hour you spend working on your goals, every day you spend investing in your growth is a step closer to the life you are meant to live. And when you look back, you will not have regrets. You will not wish that you had spent more time on distractions. You will not wish that you had chased after things that did not matter. Instead, you will be proud of the work you put in, the sacrifices you made, and the person you have become. You must stop wasting time. Time is the most precious resource you have, and once it is gone forever, there is no getting it back. If you want to live a life of purpose, a life that matters, you must focus on yourself. You must take responsibility for your own time, your own actions, your own future. You must stop letting the distractions of the world pull you away from your goals. You must stop making excuses and start making progress. The time is now. The choice is yours. Will you waste another minute, another hour, another day, or will you take hold of your time and make it count? Will you continue living a life of distraction, or will you focus on the person you were meant to be? The decision is yours, but I urge you, my friends, to choose wisely. It's easy to get lost in the noise of life, to get swept away by the constant demands and distractions that pull at your attention. The world is full of noise, constant chatter, flashing lights, the lure of immediate gratification, the pressure of fitting in, of measuring up to others. These things can fill your days, your hours, your minutes if you let them. But what is the price of that noise? What is the cost of allowing your time to be stolen by things that do not matter? If you continue to allow the distractions of this world to dictate your life, you will wake up one day and realize that you have missed the opportunity to truly live. You will realize that the years have passed, the moments have slipped by, and all that remains are the echoes of empty noise. It's a bitter pill to swallow, but one that many never realize until it's too late. And that is why it is so important to focus on yourself, to prioritize your time, to protect it fiercely. You must ask yourself, what do I want from this life? What is the purpose that drives me? What is the legacy I want to leave behind? You cannot answer these questions by being consumed with the noise around you. You cannot find the answers by following the crowd or trying to live up to someone else's expectations. The answers lie within you, within your heart, your soul, your purpose. But finding those answers requires focus. It requires taking the time to step back from the chaos and truly reflect on what matters. It requires turning off the noise and listening to the still, small voice within you that is calling you towards something great. It requires the courage to say no to the distractions, to say no to the things that are not in alignment with your purpose, and to say yes to the things that will move you forward, that will shape you into the person you are meant to be. Every day you waste is another day you will never get back. But every day you choose to focus on yourself, to invest in your growth, to align your actions with your purpose, is a day that brings you closer to the person you are destined to become. Time is precious and it is yours to use. The question is, will you use it wisely or will you let it slip away? The world will continue to throw distractions your way. People will continue to make demands on your time. But you must make the decision to take control. You must make the decision to guard your time, to guard your focus, to protect your peace. The power is in your hands. You are the one who must decide what matters, what you will prioritize, what you will allow to occupy your time and energy. And when you do, you will find that your life will begin to take shape in ways you never thought possible. Focus on yourself, focus on your purpose, and stop wasting time. Because time once gone is gone forever. Make it count. In conclusion, the message is clear. Time is the most precious resource we have, and how we choose to use it will define the course of our lives. The world is full of distractions, full of noise that can easily pull us away from our true purpose. But if we are to live a life of meaning, a life of growth, and a life that matters, we must first focus on ourselves. We must prioritize our time, guard it fiercely, and invest it in the things that truly matter. Our dreams, our goals, our purpose. The key to success, fulfillment, and peace lies not in chasing after the distractions of the world, but in learning to focus on what truly builds us up, what shapes us into the people we are meant to be. The distractions will always be there, but it is up to us to decide whether we will allow them to steal our time or whether we will choose to reclaim it. So take a moment to reflect on your life. Ask yourself what you are truly focused on. Are you wasting time or are you investing it in becoming the person you were meant to be? The decision is yours. The time is now. Focus on yourself and stop wasting time, for every moment counts. Make it count.